Coal barges traveling along the river are not an uncommon sight in our region. In fact, they're a welcome sight for many. But for those who live along the Kanawha River, the barges that will travel the waterway will be seeing a delay. 13 News reporter Riley McElmoyle explains what's locking up those waterways.
Tuesday, a fleet of boats made their way down the Kanawha River, which is not an unusual sight. But these particular boats were part of the Army Corps of Engineers, making their way to Marmet to begin maintenance on the main lock there.
We wouldn't want an extended continual outage for a major maintenance problem or for equipment failure. So the routine maintenance is extremely important.
In West Virginia, coal is the largest commodity that moves on the river system. And according to the West Virginia Coal Association, thousands of tons of coal travel through that lock. And while the main lock will be closed, they're not concerned about the delay, as they have another method to get the coal where it needs to go.
It's called splitting a tow. So, a coal shipment on the river, it's called a tow, and it'll contain several barges, as many as 16. So rather than locking all 16 through the barge or through the locks at one time, we may have to split that or actually break it into 3 pieces.
In a statement, the Army Corps of Engineers said, quote, during this time, the auxiliary lock chamber will still be available for the passage of watercraft through Marmet. Because the auxiliary chamber is smaller than the new main chamber, it does take additional time for large barges to move through the lock. We will have assistance on hand to aid in the breakdown of tows for easier movement down the river, end quote, so that the coal can get where it needs to be as power plants get ready for winter.
So when winter comes and sets in, we need to make sure the stockpiles at the power plants are adequate enough that those power plants can run at full load to make sure that you have the heat and the electricity that you need to get through the winter months.
Locking up the waterways to make sure barges can get where they need to go as safely as possible. In Marmet, Riley McElmoyle, 13 News.